halfway point, but so far so good.
Look, yeah, as you say, it's one leg of a two-tie. It's nice to have the advantage, but we know going to Villa Park, it's going to be a tough game. They're good at their place. But we've done the job here at home, and now hopefully we can build it to next week.
It was tough to separate you both tonight, and ultimately it came from nowhere, did the penalty. Is that just an example of when it is so tough? You have to just make sure that ball is out. You have to just make sure you finish every detail perfectly.
Look, yeah, it's cup competitions. They come down to small margins and small moments in times. The teams couldn't be split, I agree. I think both teams played very well, but it's small moments that can potentially change games, and thankfully it went in our favour tonight, and hopefully again next week.
I feel like you were the calmest man in here when that ball went on the penalty spot.
Look, I try to be. That's what I have to do, and that's what I try and do. That's the job, the responsibility my team gives me, and we go from there.
Look, you know, you were derailed this season by injury a little bit, but just how much does it mean to you that you are back at this crucial point, influencing play now?
Look, yeah, that's all I want to do. I wanted to get back fit, firing, and help the team as best I can at the end of the season. I knew we had a lot to play for when I was fighting to get fit, and it's showing in some big competitions to be a part of.
Look, how are you feeling now between the balance of going back to the Premier League and then you've got the second leg next week?
Look, yeah, that's what we're about. We're at the crunch end of the season. We need to perform on both parts, and we'll be looking to do that for sure.
So, well, Chris, well done tonight. Thank you very much.
Towards us there, Vítor Pereira, what a job he's done since taking over here. He's really steadied the ship. Coming for a chat. Vítor,
Hi.
Congratulations. Thank you for coming out to join us. Just tell us how you feel about a 1-0 result to take to Villa Park next week.
Very tough team, but I think we compete with them eyes on eyes, like I like to see. Playing football, trying to score, they're trying to score. Good game. We are enough time now recover a bit. Preparing the game against Chelsea, but this is a special group of players.
It was very close, like it was when they came here in the Premier League just 18 days ago. How much did you enjoy that tactical battle against Unai Emery?
You know, Emery is a top manager, and he has been with this team for a long time. It's not. You know, we are together for a short time, but in the end. Was a good fight. I'm very competitive, and I like to. That's why I like to be here in Premier League to compete with this kind of manager. But in the end, I have the honor or the privilege to be the manager of these boys, because they are fantastic group, spirit. You know, facing 4 managers in a season. And finishing in this level, competing in this level, together with united with the spirit, the true spirit of a team, and quality. And this is an honor for me.
Vítor, you spoke about the belief in the squad and some disappointments with some injuries and the bits and pieces that you've had to deal with. But the players that have come in have been excellent, and they've stepped onto the pitch tonight and they've stuck the chests out and got on with it. How proud are you of that?
I said before, we changed the players, but we keep the spirit. We will keep the spirit. We will keep the mentality to try to win the games. And the supporters again, fantastic. They help us a lot. Next week, a big battle, But you know, our championship. Our Champions League is next game against Chelsea.
Vítor, when it was 1-0, was you tempted or cautious of do I go for the second? Do I go to defensive? Was you really caught in that mind? Because obviously it was another game.
No, special because, you know, we start to have problems with Olaina. Yeah. And, you know, we don't have a lot of solutions. But, you know, when you put a young player and they came with a personality and play in this level, I'm very proud of my players, of everyone, just to keeping the spirit and to recover and be ready for Chelsea.
Vítor, you've managed to disconnect the 2 key players for Villa, Rodgers and Watkins. Have you worked on it? Because every time they got the ball, you always have so many players around them. Yeah. Is it something that you've tried to implement?
Yes, because you know the problem in the game against them, the last game that we play against them, was a lot of times they were 2 against 2, and 2 against 2 is not easy to control them. I ask my players, but we play with 4 against 4 and stay, just we cannot jump with the 2 midfielders, just 1 midfielder jumping. But I'm proud because we try to play in our way, pressing higher when they build the play, trying to get the ball to score. If they come, we reorganize the team in a block, and I think tactically we did what we should.
Do you think the transition was the most important? Because every time you lose the ball, your players were prepared to work back, to back up, and to make sure you're in shape.
You are a manager, eh? You are a manager.
No, I don't want to be a manager. I want to keep my
You are reading the game.
Have you
like
got a job for him?
Yes, of course. Look, the transition of this team is very dangerous transition. If we have a gap between one line and the midfield line, this is the gap that they want to receive the ball, and when they go driving the ball against our defensive line is a big problem. It means that the moments, two moments, the moment that when we win the ball and we cannot lose because they are very aggressive in this moment, and the moment that they come fast in transition, this is another moment that we need to control against them.
Vítor, before this game, you went to visit the Brian Clough statue. I'm sure you really feel the history of this club all around you when you're here. How much did that inspire you coming into such a big occasion tonight?
For me, is an honor to be manager in this club, to try to help my players, to see the smile on the face of these people, of the supporters, and makes part of the Nottingham family with a manager that is in the memory of everyone. I think he still is our supporter there in the place that he is in this moment.
Congratulations
Thank you
tonight.
very much.
Thank you very much for joining us, Vítor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
This is the man who helps us a lot.
It's a pleasure to have him with us. And Vítor Pereira there with the win. And actually, waiting in the wings there, Morgan Gibbs-White. We're doing a quick sub there, Morgan. Well done. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations. Vítor Pereira there, just talking about the Nottingham Forest family. How has he helped sort of build that unity and that family spirit here since he's been at the club?
He's been a massive part of the success that we've recently had in terms of his ideas, his tactics, and the way he believes football should be, with passion, with aggression and fight. And the boys show that. We've been showing that in our performances, and the atmosphere today was incredible, and the boys put on, I think, an incredible performance. What
did you think of the overall performance? What pleased you all the most about it?
I just feel like the control we had in the game. Even when they had the ball, we just felt that we were in control. Not comfortable, because obviously they have incredible talent and have a good threat. So, but no, with the ball we were calm, confident. Had a couple of chances where we could have went 1-0 up before. But delighted for Woody to score his penalty. But yeah, it's only half time, so there's a lot to do.
The front four, you look like you're really enjoying playing together. You're drifting in off that left-hand side into the pockets where we know you love being. What's it like to play with them boys? Oh,
it's incredible. I think having the two strikers up there sort of helps me and Amari out massively, because it leaves they have their two centre-backs isolated, and it allows us to have the space to come inside and do what we need to do. And they just stay in the box and be that threat.
You love playing with Woody. Obviously, you can see that you're looking for him all the time. So to have him back in the fold is brilliant for you.
Yeah, he's been a massive miss for us this season, a massive miss. And fair play to him for coming back so early than probably what he should have. But no, he's been a credit for us since he's come back, and long may it continue. How did you feel when he stepped up to take that penalty? Because he hasn't missed one for 10 years. Was it never in doubt? No, never in doubt. Full confidence in him. 10 years. That's why he's our penalty taker. It's an incredible finish. Cool, calm, composed, and we know as a team we can rely on him when we need him, and it showed.
And you need that against Emi Martinez, a penalty that good as well, because we saw how that special save that he made earlier from Igor Jesus as well, just what he can do. So it had to be something special.
How has he saved that, by the way? How has he saved that?
That was double save.
I know. I know. Let's have a look.
This is the one. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it back, no.
It's very similar.
He did one.
Yes, and he won the save of the
goal,
season for that last season.
Last season, yeah.
Igor gets good contact on it there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Good reaction.
I was screaming at Igor saying, how have you not scored? But it's all credit to the goalkeeper. It's a great save. Igor couldn't have done much more there, and fair play to Emi. It's a great save, but like you can see on his face. But yeah, an all-round incredible performance from the boys. Really happy, but like I said before, it's only half-time and we've still got work to do.
Morgan, what's the manager done for you since he's come in for the team and for you personally in your form?
Just giving me the belief and the confidence that I needed to step up. There's been a lot of pressure on us recently, with big games coming up, and he said that we have to enjoy having the pressure on our shoulders, and I feel like we've shown that in abundance. But no, he's given me that freedom to just go and enjoy football, play with a smile on your face, but to play for the badge as well, because it means everything, and you can tell after tonight how much it means to the fans.
Do you think that change of position, that little change, when not many people understand how huge is that change, do you feel more responsibility because you have to create more, you have to be in different position, you have to be different in certain moments? Do you think you're growing as a player, playing that position and giving that freedom?
It's almost a similar position to what I'm used to. It's just obviously on the starting lineup, it just looks like I'm out on the left. It's a similar position to what I'm used to, because he gives me the freedom to go inside, to go and do what I need to do inside, but also have the discipline to, when we're defending, is have discipline and stay inside and play on the left. But no, I've enjoyed playing it out there. And yeah, and we'll see how it goes.
And before you can think about the second leg, you've got a massive game against Chelsea. But is it going to be weird that on Sunday, before that second leg, you're actually going to have to cheer Villa on against Spurs?
Yeah, that's just the situation we're in right now, and it's our fault we're in that situation. So obviously we're going to be watching the games over the weekend and see what the outcome is. But like I said, we can only control what we can control, and that's on Monday against Chelsea.
One step closer to Istanbul. Congratulations on the win tonight, and thanks for coming out to join us.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Cheers, Morgan.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've got that Monday night game before the second leg as well. So Villa going to have that extra day as well, Andy. That Villa Spurs game live on TNT Sports as well on Sunday evening. Is that going to be a factor, do you think?
I think when the adrenaline kicks in and you get into that second leg semi-final, I think you'll be okay. You probably get an extra day on this end because Forest played on Friday night, so you get that little bit of extra energy maybe tonight. I don't think it'll play too much of a difference. It'll make too much of a difference. I think when you go in, the adrenaline keeps you going. At this point of the season, all the boys are really, really fit. So I think it sets it up brilliantly well, I think, for the second leg. I think it's really finely balanced. You mentioned earlier on, Cillian, that you thought that Emery might be happy enough with this, and I can see where you're coming from with that. I think going into that game, he'll think we can score a couple of goals. But Forest look dangerous on transition as well as Villa do. So could be in for a really interesting game next week.
I think a lot of people felt coming into this that Emery would be happy with a draw, but how happy do you think he will be with a back-to-back 1-0 defeat and without scoring for 2 games in a row?
It won't be a much concern. I don't think you have to motivate the players about a semi-final of the Europa League. They know the importance of the game. It's only a small margin that Nottingham Forest got before they got to Villa Park, and Villa Park is a hostile place. The fans will be expecting a win, the players will be ready, and their home form has been really, really good. The way the Forest always felt tonight. They've been playing really well home, they've been playing well in this ground, and they felt that, and you can see that why they've enjoyed it.
And the reason they go into that second leg 1-0 down is following that handball from Luca Dean Karen. What was he thinking?
I don't know. And I think if we got him out here, he'd probably say the same thing. But I think he switched off and he didn't know that Hutchinson was on his shoulder and the ball came across and then he absolutely panicked. I have no idea why his arms are up there. But this is obviously now Gibbs-White there, and I think he doesn't see him, and then at the corner of her eye he does, and then he puts his hand up. I have no idea why he has. For me, the ball is in. We've all said that, and there's no question that that's a handball and that's a penalty. But madness.
I think he's very casual there. He's almost thinking, right, well, the ball's gone. And fair play to Amari Hutchinson. He hasn't given up on it. But for me, the defendants, you can take a chance at that back post when you've got somebody in, and you want to shepherd it out. But yeah, you get caught when you do that.
When do you get your hands up there? Only when you're not happy with the referee. That's where you get it there. It was a really, really strange decision. I can't explain it, but fair play to Morgan. You know what? Trying to follow that ball. That ball was going out, and he actually went for it. And you know what? Getting it back there, it was perfect.
And then Chris Wood, he's scored his last 25 penalties for club and country. You can't really overstate just how important, how big it's been for Forest to have him back fit, Andy.
Yeah, huge. I mean, you see the contact that he gets on this. Even with Martinez, big goalkeeper, going the right way, he can't get anywhere near it. I've seen Chris practice these penalties time after time again, and he always gets good contacts on them, which makes it very difficult then for keepers, even if they go the right way. So incredible, I suppose, composure to step up there when the atmosphere is going like that, and to just put it away the way he did, and the place went.
I think as well, given the time that he's been out injured, in such, if you've been firing all season and the confidence to do that, he's only been back. Was that his first full 90? I think possibly, or he's played 4 games or something like that combined. To do that is a big moment. That.
And look, you hear Morgan talking about him. That was the reason why I asked Morgan the question, because he was, Morgan was itching to get him back, because he's a real focal point.
The way he
for
helps
them.
everybody else.
Yeah, he does. He brings people into play, moves in behind, he bumps defenders, so he always makes it difficult, and you always think he's a goal threat.
Unai, there have been close games between the two clubs as of late, and it looks another close one out there tonight. How do you assess it?
Good evening. I expected it. Before the match, a lot of things happened in 90 minutes. I expected it. Of course, we could score, we could concede, and we could draw. At the end, we have lost, but we did the match we planned, and we had our chances to score, and we had as well our momentum. We were as well stopping them something their press, the high press, and the match was going in everything we planned. And of course, we defend well, we defend low as well some crosses, and the penalty was one action as well they can get like they did, and we lost. But we played the first 90 minutes, and of course we are going to extend another 90 minutes in Villa Park.
Have you spoken, or has Luca Digne said anything about that moment in terms of what he was thinking, or what he where he thought the ball was going?
Really, I didn't watch the action, and I didn't speak with him as well. Tomorrow, getting time and getting balance, we will speak about everything we felt, and after the analysis as well, we can take something clear.
Was it important it was only contained to a 1-0 deficit tonight? It's still a very narrow defeat.
After the goal, the most important was don't lose our mind and keep our game plan. Of course, they were excited, they were as well pushing, they were defending well, but they are good in transition as well. And if in 70 minutes we didn't score 1 goal, after the goal, of course, we needed to keep the same idea to draw the match, but more important was in that moment, don't concede 1 goal. And after 1-0, we tried it, but of course, the match is not finishing in the minute 95 today. The match is continuing the next week, and we must try to come back the result.
I wanted to ask you, in the first half, Elliot Anderson put in quite a tackle on Ollie Watkins. Were you surprised nothing more came of it, or were you happy with it?
Fantastic, the referee, fantastic, but so bad the VAR. It's clear red card. I watch it now used. I don't understand why the VAR is not calling the referee, because it's so clear, and it's very, very important. I think it's a huge huge mistake, VAR responsible.
Have you spoken to the referee? Have you had an opportunity to raise that point?
Referee, fantastic, 10 to 10. He did a fantastic job. I appreciate a lot how he managed the match in 90 minutes. But and I didn't tell nothing, but I watched now the action or wow, huge. He could break his ankle. He could break his ankle. Wow, VAR, where are you? Please, it's a huge responsibility. We are here, professional. You are professional, but you are doing a very bad work because it was so clear for everybody. Everybody, even if we are asking them, of course, he could break his ankle.
I appreciate your honest comments on that one.
It's like that or not? You are watching out much as well. You are not for Nottingham, not for us. You are in the middle, and it's clear. Okay. Respect the referees always. But VAR, I don't understand, and it's not fair. It's not fair.
You lost Onana again on 55 minutes. Was that a calf this time? Is there any assessment there?
Another calf. Yes, just another calf. But hopefully we can work with him the next days to recover him.
Lovely. Right, we shift our attention back to the Premier League before a big second leg next week.
Sunday we are playing against Tottenham, and Premier League is the priority. We know it's the priority.
Unai, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Well, Unai Emery praising the referee's performance this evening, but not happy at all with VAR. He said that Elliot Anderson tackle on Ollie Watkins in the first half was a clear red card, a huge mistake from the VAR. I know, Andy, from how we discussed it at half-time, you very much disagree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a coming together. There's no doubt about that. I think Elliot Anderson wins the ball. When two players are going in for the ball like that together, there is, naturally you get collisions there. I don't think he's tried to hurt them in any way, shape or form.
But could he break his ankle, like Emery said?
Yeah, but you could break your ankle in any challenge. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sending off. Like, there's a coming together there. Football's a contact sport, and obviously Emery thinks that it is because that's his team that he's going against. But if you look at it from a Forest perspective, then you think he's just going and he's winning the ball. There's coming togethers in football that not every single coming together is a foul, not everyone is a yellow card, and not everyone's a red card. And I think that they've got that right.
Do you agree with Unai Emery, Stan?
I do. I've said what I think. I mean, we can watch it 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, and it gets worse and worse from different angles. I believe when you make that kind of tackle, and by the way, Anderson, he was brilliant in that game. He was running the game. He was really good. He's that type of player. You will go for those challenges. Sometimes you have to get it right. Most of the time you have to get it right, because if you don't get it right, you're either going to hurt somebody or you're going to be sent off. Unfortunately, he got really lucky. I think he's really lucky. I think it is a red card. And it was another situation from Digne in the second half when he went for the same challenge. But you can see he got the ball, and that's what it is. You have to make sure you get it right. Unfortunately, he got lucky, and you know what? He had a great performance, but he was a lucky boy.
Was he lucky, Karen, or did he get the tackle right?
I think what Unai Emery said with the referee was right, because the referee probably saw the 2 angles where it looked like a great tackle. The third angle, which obviously there caught his leg, you can see where he goes, actually that could break his leg, it could hurt him. So for me, you see Anderson, he's committed. It's a semi-final of a European competition. He's committed into it, wins the ball, and I think it's the follow-through. But I'm going to probably go more towards Andy. I think he's committed, he wins the ball, it's the follow-through. It could hurt him, but I think he's committed by it.
I think the big moment of the game, Richard, was that penalty, and what a penalty it was. It
was a great penalty. It was a reckless decision to give it away from Lucas Digne. It always play to the whistle, isn't it? And they just continue. But I don't think there's any circumstance where you think I've got to put both my hands up. And
what do you think he's doing there? Is it maybe to say the ball's gone out?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I honestly don't know. He's not protecting himself. He's not doing that other than just throwing his arms in the air. And to be fair, it looks like it's out. So you can understand he's probably thinking a little bit of complacency and relax and all that stuff. But like Kenny said in the commentary, with VAR and all that sort of stuff, and then this penalty, which I think the keeper should have saved.
I'm surprised Kenny in commentary didn't say he should have saved it, but you know, it is a pressure spot kick, actually, and it really is, and you know, there wasn't a lot in the game. You know, Forest had a few chances, probably the better team, but at the same time, that's the big moment of the match.
Yeah,
you know,
it came down to a penalty.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Chris Wood back as well. He's had missed a long part of the season with injury. You know, he's maybe not up to match speed yet, but to step up in a big moment like that, you know, you got the likes of Anderson and Gibbs-White, the captain on the pitch at the time as well, but he stepped up and goes, I'm going to take this penalty, and by God did he take it well. That's top corner. There's no goalkeeper in the world that's saving that, and that was a big moment.
Matt, what an incredible night.
Yeah, no, good atmosphere. 2 English clubs in a European competition was obviously a good battle. I think it was a lot of key moments in the game, chances for either team. No, it was obviously good, and to be honest, they're in a good way. You know, obviously, I know in the league they're not that good, but if you look at the last results, they're full of momentum, especially at the City Ground. I know personally how good it can be here, but we're still in the game. You know, we're in a European semi-final back at Villa Park. We've got loads to play for. And we've just said in there, the manager spoke that game's nowhere near done. Still got loads of football to be played with our people at home. Villa Park's been an amazing atmosphere this season. So we know, yeah, we're going to fight next week. We're going to make it really difficult. It's going to be a really different game than tonight, but overall, yeah, okay.
Did your game plan go to plan tonight, or were there things that you can improve on for next week?
Yeah, of course, there's always things you can improve on, but we spoke as a team. I know, as I said, it's a tough place to come, the City Ground. It's not easy. I know, as I said, in the league, they're down the bottom, but the momentum they've got at the minute, obviously, is really good. It's a tough place to come. Fans are really good, and they're really good players. You know, they've got England internationals in the team. They've got internationals all over. Yeah, we'll take it into next week. We're really confident. Not a bad result. I know we lost, but still loads of time to play.
What do you think will be key next week for you boys?
Winning the game. To be honest, if you draw or lose tonight, you've still got to go and win the game next week. So I know we've lost tonight, but we're still in the game. You know, you have to sort of, if you want to go through next week, we have to win the game. Whether we drew tonight or we lost tonight, that's part of the game. So yeah, no, obviously we stay relaxed in there. You know, not relaxed, but stay calm as together. We know what we were about. We know how good we are at home. And next week, I'm sure they're going to know it's going to be a completely different game at Villa Park.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, Youri, it was another tight game between the two of you. How was it out there to play?
Yeah, always tight. They have big qualities. We have some, but yeah, they're strong in their home. So yeah, it's halfway now, and all to play for next week.
The decisive moment tonight obviously came from what happened with Luca Dean. What did happen? Has he said anything about that, sort of what he was thinking in that moment?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. We haven't talked yet. I was straight out the dressing room, but from my point of view, I think he thought the ball was out and his arm was up. So yeah, that's it.
Was it crucial you only kept it to a 1-0 sort of scoreline tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I think 1-0. It's like I said, there's everything to play for next week. We know we're really strong in our home. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Disappointed tonight, but obviously a lot of positivity going into the second leg that you can get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously disappointed to lose the game, but like you said, there 1-0. It's a tight game, and next week it's going to be different as well. Us being at home, so yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere hopefully, and we're going to have to do the job to win the game.
Youri, thanks for your time.
Everything to play for next week, which is right, but it seems to be very calm, no panic, and not disappointed at all with the performance. Would that be fair?
Well, I think he's saying that they're all calm, and even Matty Cash is saying they're calm, and I'm not sure the Villa fans sitting at home are too calm at the minute, you know, because it's such a big game, actually, and you're expecting a lot more, and maybe the message from the manager is, let's stay calm, let's get it back to Villa Park next week. But if that performance happens at Villa Park next week, then there'll be no calmness at Villa Park. The fans will be on their back going, this is unacceptable, this is not good enough. So I don't know. Maybe the master plan is to
it seems to be
to sort of baffle us all and get everyone back to Villa Park next week. But it's easier said than done. I mean, I was just looking at the fixtures. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago they drew with Forest as well, 1-1. But early in the season, I think it was January time, they beat them 3-1. Aston Villa beat them at home at Villa Park. So maybe they're looking at that thinking, you know, we can do that easy. But I don't think it's an easy game next week.
That was a different Forest team as well, wasn't it?
Completely different Forest team. And it's also like, if you say, don't worry tonight, because we said before the match that we'll beat them at Villa Park. But if they, like Shay says, if they turn up and perform like that next week, they'll lose again at Villa Park, because this Forest team isn't going to back down. They're going to take the opportunities when they get the chances to attack. You look at the midfield battle tonight, they were overwhelmed. Villa, they were miles better there. Morgan, Gibbs-White and Anderson were miles better than anyone else on the pitch. Watkins never troubled the two centre-halves all night. He had one opportunity which he fluffed. So I wouldn't imagine Forest are quaking in their boots, worried about having to go to Villa Park. And I know Villa Park can put on an occasion, it can build a great atmosphere, but
of late, they haven't been getting great results there.
They need something to get behind, and they can't get behind a performance like that. It doesn't give you energy in the crowd or anything like that, so they need to... It's not a case of, we're going to win at Villa Park. You aren't, because you need to turn up. You need to actually do more than what you have done tonight, and a lot more to have a chance. And words are easy, aren't they, and plans and all that stuff, but putting it into action next week will be a different story.
Yeah, a brilliant interview there from Unai Emery. So entertaining, he always is. And like, in fairness to him, he was saying 10 out of 10 for the referee tonight, and we all said that as well. But he didn't agree. He said that it was a red card.
Yeah, well, we said that at half-time. I think he's lucky, Anderson, to get away with... To be fair, when you watch it live and when you see what the referee sees, and that's why he's saying the referee was a 10 out of 10, because actually it looked like he had a really good tackle and he cleanly got the ball. But when you slow it down, actually, and when you look at it, it feels like Anderson's just gone over the ball, and Unai Emery's right in that sense. It could have been a leg break for Ollie Watkins, and look, I would say in the Premier League, I think VAR would have stepped in and said, you need to come and look at that, you need to have a look at that, and that's I don't think I blame the ref, but he's right. I think it could have been a red card.
Yeah, and he's saying the same. VAR, where were you?
If the referee looks at that on VAR, it's a red card straight away, because they'll stop it where the foot contacts the ankle and all that stuff, and it looks terrible when everything is slowed down, and it's not a great tackle. From our point of view, he was the only player on the pitch, Anderson. If they had taken him off, it would have been a disaster completely. So, and Watkins got up and he carried on and he played, and
yeah,
it was fine and stuff like that. So, letter of the law, probably a red card, or definitely a red card.
But for you, Richard,
for the joy of the game, allow it to play, allow it to crack on, and but yeah, the referee was brilliant. But we've said all along, VAR doesn't know what it's doing at times. It's one rule, one week, and stuff like that.
Richard made a good point when Unai was talking as well about, he was asked about the Digne handball, and he goes, I didn't see it, I had not enough time to see it. And then he's asked about the red card, he goes, a definite red card, where's VAR? He has time to see that incident, but it's just a typical answer from a manager after the game. They see the, what's a positive for their team, but again, I was very flat. I was surprised even when he said when he went 1-0 down, to stick to the game plan. It wasn't he going trying to get back into the game, it was actually stick to the game plan. You could see he's reacting calm. I don't want to see commit too many bodies forward. I want to see stay in our shape, not try and... It felt like he was near enough saying, he didn't say it as such. We don't want to score a goal here. We kind of just want to stick in the plan. They don't score a second goal, and we'll beat them next week at Villa Park. That's the message I was hearing in that interview.
Yeah, exactly what we were talking about. We weren't sure if that was the case, but he very much verified it there.
Yeah, it's a strange thing, because it doesn't matter what Forest do, because Forest next week will still be very dangerous on the counter-attack. So Villa are just going to do the same and just wait and not concede, because that's the priority. Don't give up transitions and all that. Next week Villa have to go and do something. They have to go and take the game to Forest, and that's when Forest will see the open spaces, will take advantage, will get more opportunities to get the ball forward to Wood and have the runners off him. So I think by being so cautious tonight, he's actually put himself in a very difficult position for the game next week, where you're playing a game almost to the strength of the opposition, and I just get confused by saying, oh, it's fine because we're going back to Villa Park and we'll win there. I don't think it's quite as straightforward as that.
No, it's a dangerous way to be thinking. So who do you think is going to go through to Istanbul to the final?
Question. Look, Villa have to improve tenfold from tonight's performance. It will be a different game, it'll be a different atmosphere, of course it will, and I think the Villa players and the manager all think that they can do it next week. But the last home game in the Premier League was a mad game. I remember 4-3 with Sunderland. Sunderland went there and scored 3 goals. So again, this Forest team are hitting form at the right time. I don't know. It's really hard to call. It's a difficult one to call. I just think that if Forest can keep this momentum going, they've got a less day. I think they play Monday, don't they? They've got less days to recover for next Thursday's game. That might play into it, but at the same time, it feels like even the manager before the game, they're bouncing into the game. There's a good vibe in the dressing room. looking at them, they look bubbly, look like the season they don't want it to stop.
They're enjoying it.
Whereas if you look at the other team, Villa, they look flat. You know, we're talking about the star man Morgan Rogers. He looks a shadow of the player he was at the start of the season. So again, I think Unai Emery can say we'll get it done next week. But this Villa team look a bit. I don't know, just looked a bit knackered, don't they? A bit flat.
So who are you going for, Shay?
I don't know. I went around the houses there, didn't I?
On the fence.
I don't know. I think Villa might have enough to turn it around, but I don't know.
I think Forest had a couple of injuries in the defensive positions tonight. They ended up, I think Aina went off, I think someone else went off. So if Murillo's not back fit, there will be opportunities maybe for Villa to get at them a little bit more. But I think Forest are favourites now. It's going to take something very different from Aston Villa from what we've seen tonight. They're going to have to play a different tempo of football and try and really sort of continued bombardment of Forest, push them back, and force errors out of them. And tonight they didn't, so there needs to be a change of mentality going into the game next week. And then if the players hit top form, they do have a stronger squad than Forest, and the stadium will be electric.
Did you answer the question?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Well, I'm about to.
Okay, sorry,
Sorry, give him time.
Honestly, I don't know.